How are you? Betsy, how are you? I'm just, I keep doing it horizontally, and it keeps telling me to rotate the device. So I'm not quite sure why it does that, but Betsy, just to let you know, this might be part 1 of part 2, but I'm not sure yet. Just want to find myself. Oops. I've got pumpkins hanging over everywhere. And I think here I am. Well, I'm not saying anything yet. Okay, yeah, I see. Oops. I think here I am. Oh, isn't it? Well, I'm not saying anything yet. Okay, yeah, I see. Well, just wanted to give you an update. Trying to turn off my... Oh, isn't it? Can you go in and go back out again? Towards me? Well, I'm going to be working on here, so it doesn't make much sense. But I'll do that. Let me fix this. Oh, you did? I hope we're not going to start having problems with this channel. I'm still getting, I got another person saying that they cannot, that the videos posted are private. And I'm not quite sure what we're going to do there. Okay, so I am going to start. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. I've prepped a few pumpkins, and I just hit my my camera, so I apologize. Okay, I have a plastic pumpkin hanging above me. Yeah, I wonder why they're going private. Hey, Elizabeth, how are you? How is the weather? I hope it's not as dull and dreary as it is here. Hey. Hey, Cindy. Okay. The first thing where I'm going to show you is, and most of these are prepped. 2 were done last night, and 2 were done this morning. I'm going to show you how to finish off what I do when I do the prep. So this is a little bit of Payne's Gray. This one has been prepped for the most part, except, oh, I'm sorry, Betty. Why is this not opening? Well, I guess we're all having a rough morning with this weather. Okay, so this was a plastic, a foam pumpkin from the dollar store, and I got it last year. And this is what it looked like when, well, not quite. This is what it looked like when I started. I spray painted the top and turned it over. Oh, I'm sorry. What happened? Be right back. Walmart is being stupid. I'm sorry. And then I sprayed it with the same spray, but I got too close to it. So see, this is another effect that you can get. I got it accidentally. Let me move this here. Can you see all the bubbles? So this is another look that you can get with using a spray can. Sometimes it's easier. So let me go back to this one. And I have a piece of wax paper on here. How are you? So I left, this bit was not spray painted. What I actually did was I painted it with chalk paint first. And then I went over it with acrylic because, as some of you may know, the foil adhesive does not really care for chalk paint. So all I did was, my chalk paint was to prime it. And I'm going to wait till it dries for just a few minutes. Most of this has had a coat of foil adhesive. So let me give it a few minutes to dry. I'm going to explain what I did with each one. This is a little yucky. Let's put this paintbrush away. And I think after this live, I'm going to have to wash my paintbrushes. Not that I have, well, no, I do have a few that need to be done. Now, usually if you go on my website, most of the foils on the description will tell you what kind of base coat to do. I find it, for the purposes of the lives, doing black usually. But on this one I did white. I'm not sure if this is going to be ready on time today. I have this one as well. This one is plastic. And I've had it hanging off one of my stands all morning. This one should be ready. And I also did this one this morning, and this is ceramic. Is that a hair? Yep. And this is a ceramic pumpkin. I did not add on the foil adhesive, which you can get on my website, everywhere. And you can tell this is glossy, it's been applied there. This is not. So this was done maybe 25 minutes ago, so we'll see where that takes us. So right now, what I did was I showed you how to paint it black. Prime first, and if you prime with chalk paint, please make sure you go over it with acrylic paint until I do more tests and check that the adhesive is working on chalk paint. Please use acrylic paint. I've opened up my foil adhesive, and I also have sample samples of foils that you can try out different ones, see what you like, see how to use it. And they're on my website. But this is the foil adhesive. It goes on milky. And if it's too thick, which this one is not yet, you can add a spritz of water with your spritz gun. And I'm just going to go over parts of this one. Another booger. Now, one tip on these jars. I'm going over some areas that I've already done just to make sure that everything is covered. Now, when it begins to dry, it will become shiny, just like this one. And after you apply the foil adhesive, you need to leave it for at least an hour. I usually do mine overnight. Oh, let's continue with this one. And I'm going to show, this one has no paint on it. None whatsoever. This is how it came. And this is how I'm going to leave it. I'm going to put this away somewhere where it will not hopefully fall down, just so that I can make room to do this one. Is your like button and share button working, Betty? So there it is again. Milky white. And you can see it milky white on this one. Today we're not going to deal with the stems and how to decorate with the stems. We're just going to do foiling. And you can tell right on here which ones are done because they're shiny and which ones have not been touched by the foil adhesive. And just apply it with a smooth brush, a soft brush. And you can tell the difference. This one I just applied, this one is clear. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Oh, that's good. You can like and share on your phone. Okay, great. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Thank you for spreading. I hope everyone is doing well. Boston is raining. Everyone keeps saying we need the rain. I don't. I'm perfectly happy without it. So I'm just going to try and find where I missed. And these are grooves in there. I could have covered them with some sort of texture, but just in case we decide to decorate tomorrow, and I'm not quite sure whether we're going to do that or not. Lynn, that's exactly what Betty said. She went on her phone. I don't know what device you're using, but Betty had to go on her phone. Now this one, I am going to put it on the stand like this. So we do need to paint this. And this will give my pumpkins more time for the adhesive to be applied on. I was saying earlier, one tip I will give you is that when you get this, okay, all right, I will. When I was using this, and you can tell I'm almost at the end, there's lots of little boogers, which you don't want on your project. I apply a little bit of Vaseline right there, all over, and then I close it. This is a type of glue. So when you close it, it is going to shut tight. So in order to make it easier for you to open and close, just put a little dab of Vaseline. Hey Robin, how are you, my friend? Thank you for sending that information out. I really appreciate it. Now the first one we're going to do, maybe we can paint this one first whilst we're waiting for everything to dry. Okay, that's great. Thank you, Lynn. I'm just going to move this aside. And this is wax paper. If I forgot to mention it, I'm just letting you know now. I want my gold, but first I want my black. And why I put my black away, I don't know. Probably not thinking too clearly. Okay. This is just a plain piece of wood. I'm just going to just quickly sand it because I don't want any bumps, and I need a new piece of sandpaper. I'm going to, this one I can paint in chalk paint. I can paint in anything I want. Yes. Please, by the way, when you're watching, I would appreciate it if you could hit the thumbs up button. And if you like what you're seeing, please subscribe and comment. It helps put me out in the YouTube world. And thanks to all of you. When I had my class yesterday, my business class, my YouTube business class, my teacher was really surprised at the number of subscribers. She wants me to get ASAP. Right now we're at to help me. I would appreciate it. I'm not liking the fact that the book is deleting these videos, and I've heard from some of you that you really like the fact that there are fewer issues with YouTube and refreshing than there are on Facebook. I do have the foil adhesive available, and all the foils I'm going to show you today. Some I will use, some I won't. Let me just add a little bit of water to my brush. The wood is soaking up. Thank you, Cindy, really appreciate it. Cindy, you need to show us as well what you did with the wood you bend. I'm just pouncing this on. And you know what? We might even, and I'll think about this, apply some foils to this. That might be a neat idea. I'm just going to do for right now the top. We'll dry it, and I am going to apply some foil adhesive and put it away somewhere. And this is acrylic paint that I'm using. I've got this little bit here to do. Okay, great, perfect. Thank you, Cindy. That would be great. Okay, I'm going to dry this and then apply the adhesive. And this way you will have seen exactly what to do. It's the same process for wood, ceramic, foam, except that with the ceramic, the plastic, and the foam, it would be great, thank you for the hearts, if you prime first. And prime it, leave it 24 hours, and then apply your foil adhesive. Just adding on a little bit here. Now, where's my foil adhesive? It's right here. My brush. And by the way, what you can do with your brushes from the foil is I usually wrap it up in a baggie, or what's it called? Something and seal. Betty, help me out with my words, please. I've got a hairbrush hair here, and what I'm going to do is press and seal. Thank you. I'm just doing the top. I'm not going to do the bottom. This needs to rest. If you see boogers, by the way, you just remove them. You don't want any of those. It's going on again, milky white. Needs about an hour. Wood is more forgiving than the other more difficult surfaces. I'm getting boogers on this one only because I'm getting to the bottom. And with yours, depending on how much you use it, you shouldn't be getting any if you use it regularly. So you wrap it up and press and seal, and you put it in the fridge. Before you want to use it, before you want to use it, take it out, leave it to rest for half an hour, and it'll be ready for you to use, so you don't have to keep washing it. So I don't think I'm going to have any more things to foil. This I thought was a booger. It's not, it's a hole, and as is this one. So let me put this over here and get a clean piece of paper. Or this is, as I said earlier, press and seal. I mean, wax paper. It's the rain, it's the rain. It's making me say things I don't want to say. And I did say I was going to paint this gold, the last piece that I did, but I didn't, and I'm not. So let me get the one that's plastic, and I did this last night. It was a green. I hanged it up, well, in order to apply the paint and the adhesive, I stuck this inside, and then I hanged it with a piece of elastic and let it dry overnight. Now, I don't know which one I want to use for this. I was thinking of using the copper one or using Dante. But then I looked at the tie-dye in brown, which I need to reorder because I don't think I've got that much left. It's very popular. And I thought of using this one with a little bit of bronze. I hope you can see that. They will probably work together. So I'm not sure, unless I do the copper. Let me see. Oops, we don't want that. The copper one, and this is a piece I already cut out, will not work with the bronze. Yeah, I always blame it on the weather, especially when the weather's not to my liking. So that would be nice, Betty. Is that for the bronze and the tie-dye or the copper? I also have gold, which I don't want to use right now. I think I want to use the first one. Okay, the copper, patinaed copper. All right, so, oops. I'm going to place this right here. Make sure, well, we peeled off a couple of pieces, that you can do this, and we'll cut another piece in a minute. Now make sure the back does not, I think that was the first one I showed. So this is a copper patina, and we're going to need a toothbrush. We're going to need a scrubby brush. As I was saying, please make sure you try and not do what I did, which was to get this paper to touch this side, to touch the pumpkin, because look at what happened when I did it. It peeled off. So that's the first thing we need to do, and make sure. So I'm going to put this down. And I'm scrubbing with a toothbrush, but you can use anything that scrubs well. some of the foils release better than others. And remember, foils are not supposed to release 100%. Please remember that. On this one, you can actually see the release because the paper is becoming clear. Well, not clear, but you're not seeing like you are here. And this foil adhesive will remain tacky until you seal your project. Now, the other foils will probably not do that. You will, on most of them, you will not see it releasing like you do here, so that you know that it's going down well. And this particular foil is not textile friendly, so you cannot use it on textile. What do I always say when I'm on YouTube? The phone rings. I just can't believe that they would drive me nuts like this. This isn't even my cell phone. Please ignore it, because that's what I'm doing. So I'm just doing this gently. I can use my bigger brush, which does a lot faster. And we have to remember to go in the grooves. And if you've just joined, my name is Rima Bechara. I'm with Walls and More. I'm on Wednesdays on YouTube, sometimes Thursdays, depending on the project I do on Wednesdays. If I come on tomorrow, it'll be to decorate the pumpkins, or I might leave that for a regular video as opposed to a live. If there are things you would like to see, please let me know. This foil tends to over-release. Don't go too close to the edge. You don't want to scratch the pumpkin, number one. And number two, you never want a straight edge. Like here, it's kind of straight, but not really. What looks dull and not shiny? Is what the right side? I hope that's the right side because it is releasing, Betty. I'm not quite sure what your message was. I'm just removing this. And please do it very slowly. Look at this. Because it's over-releasing, I'm making sure to tap things down. And when you peel it off very gently. Yeah, I like this color actually, Betty. Let's get rid of this. This is what I mean by over-release. This should have been like this. Oh, no, I did it. This is an over-release because it's giving me the back of the pumpkin. This is a plastic pumpkin. I'm just pushing down only because it does tend to over-release. And we're going to need another piece of paper. Also, I was telling you not to do straight lines like I just did here, because nothing in nature is straight. Yeah, but it kind of looks a little bit off as far as I'm concerned, because most of the bottom, see here, that's over release. So I'm just going to push my fingers in. It's not going to stop anything from sticking. And as I said earlier, this is a pumpkin that is plastic. It will stay tacky till you seal it. I'm going to add some of this. Well, if you don't want a full release, what you can do is add glitter. I can't remember the name on my website for this. It could be Copper Patina. Very gently, don't peel it off suddenly, like a Band-Aid. The new rolls are not as, don't release as much as this. Just tapping in the others so that I can make sure we don't have this is still tacky, I just want you to know. Oops. What did I tell you not to do? Look at this. I even got some on here. I should remove it somewhere safe. I'm going to add a little bit more here. Even though it remains tacky, that doesn't mean that it will, once you go over this, doesn't mean that you will be able to release any more over the already released parts. No, it's not green slade. Green slade is a different one. It's pretty, but not as pretty as this one. Weathered copper, that's it, yes. Let's use up the bigger portions here. Now, if you do like the look, like Betty does, what you can do to the other part is apply glitter in those areas. It is weathered copper. Thank you, Betty. I want to try and get rid of this line, but first I see a brush hair. Let me just try and remove that because that's not something we want. This is too big. Let's see if I can find a smaller one. Yeah, but the black shiny can't remain black shiny unless because it needs to be sealed. And once it's sealed, oh, this was just, I don't know what it was, but it's not coming off. So let me just go over it. If you want it to remain shiny, yeah, you would have to seal it with a glossy coat, with a glossy sealer. I want a little bit more coverage on here. I'm just going to do this. There's too many big gaps, which I don't like. And I want to do the bottom as well. And whilst I'm doing this, what I'm doing is pushing down the foil. Let's try another piece because this one is all over the place. Let me cut a little bit. I'm just cutting a little piece that is more controlled. See, this one is not as, it doesn't release as easily as the others. This is the new ones. It does release, but not quite as much. This is not sticky for some reason. Maybe I forgot to foil it. Now, if you do not get the foils to adhere, thank you. It's probably because either you didn't apply the foil adhesive, or I don't think there is an or. Now you can see, first I said to you, you can do it with a toothbrush, a scrub brush. You can also do it with your fingers. I'm trying to get my nails to do the work for me. I'd like some of the areas that separate the those pieces to be a little bit more I know you said, by the way, that I know I said not to use the edges, but see, on an area where it's like not a corner, I can't remember what it's called. Oops. I want to do the bottom, obviously. And I want to make sure that I have everything covered. See, this is where can you see the line? Right there? That's why you don't want to do that. You don't want straight lines. I want to try and camouflage this if I can. But I can still see it. Most people won't be able to. I want to do the bottom. Don't rush it. I'm just going through it. I know. Yes, Betty, I know. It's sad, especially as I'm very, much more of a perfectionist than I thought I would be. I'm still leaving some black because Betty likes that, but not as much black as probably she would like to see. And it's still, when you touch it, it's still tacky and sticky. You can try the sample size, which has 20 pieces of 6x12s, plus 2 ounces of foil adhesive, which is plenty. You can try it out on different things. Most people don't use it because they don't know it exists, but it is an option. And we're always looking to do new things. And this is probably as basic as they get. Let's try here. So I'm just making it look more the way I want it to look. It is an addiction, just like resin is for me. Oh, it's definitely more forgiving than transfers. It's far more forgiving. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. I might want to do a little bit more in the center. And if you can see, this was the original color of the pumpkin. I'm trying to remove this because I don't like it. Yes, no, I understood what you meant. Trust me, I understood completely. We're going to put another stem in here when we decorate it. So I did remove the stem. Now let's see what this would look like. Let me remove those out of the way. This out of the way. And I'm going to get some glitter and see what we can do with it. What color glitter do you think would go with this? Let me see what I have first. Let's see. I wasn't planning on doing glitter, so we could do this copper one. Or this, I don't know, gray one. I don't think white would go. Gold, not really. Let's try this one, if I can get it opened. Most of you know I can't open bottles. Hold on. But this isn't going to take me forever to remove. Let's put this on here. I'm only going to do the top part and anything that falls down. And I like this look. This is still part of Thank you for sprinkling, Elizabeth. Now I want to seal it. Let me just close this up because we don't want a whole bunch. Actually, let's put some on here. It would be nice on the bottom. I don't want to waste it. To just the rest, I'm just going to pick it up. Thank you, Betty. So I'm just going to add some on randomly. Wherever it picks up, it picks up. Okay. I'm going to use the sealer right now. unfold this so that we don't want the matte. We want the satin or the, let's do the satin. And as long as this is, if it's not sealed, it will keep attracting dust. And that's not something you want. I'm just cleaning out this. That gets a bit messy. Oh, I'm glad you're back. I hope you sorted out the issues. I just want to make sure that we're not dealing with loose things. And I need a container. Hopefully I have one here. I'm going to put some of my satin. It's because I don't have the top cap on. You know what? I think tomorrow we'll add more decoration. And you just want to make sure it's all covered, because if you don't, it is going to remain tacky, attract dust, and spoil the look. I'm using the Josanja, this one. It's a fine artist medium. I get it on Amazon. I told you the rain is making this harder to do. Now, normally it wouldn't take me that long to apply foil, but I was taking my time and I was explaining what needs to be done. Yeah, you can use a spray sealer. Absolutely, you can. Just make sure, Lynn, that when you're using the sealer, don't go too close to the foam ones, because I showed earlier, I don't know if you were on to see that, and I'll show it again. Just give me a second. I'm going to leave this like this to dry and then do the bottom. I don't want to rush things. I've discovered rushing just means making a mess. So let me move this and I'll show you what I'm talking about, Lynn. This pumpkin, I used, and this is where the copper touched it, so it kind of made a mess, but that's okay, we'll work with it. When I first started spraying it, it was fine. Then I got the spray paint. I got closer, too close, and look at all these bubbles. It makes a nice look, I do admit, but if that's not the look you're going for, then you may have a problem. Let me just get another piece of wax paper. It is. Hi, Noor. I'm doing foiling, and this is a pumpkin that I sprayed. And I have a choice of the blue bonnet or the other foil is one of the new ones. This is called Shea Floral. And over white, these look amazing. So maybe we'll use a little bit of it. And this one is all flowers. Welcome, Noor. Thank you for joining. Where are you located? This is the foam one. Let's see. Remember this one I did about an hour ago. Oh, and it's not enough time. This one is peeling. This is what happens, and I'm glad it happened. When you apply your sealer. Hey Lori, how are you? When you apply your foil to your adhesive and it's not ready. So this one worked okay. This one did not. Let me try another bit. No, it's still not ready. You don't want to do this and try it out and make a mess when you're working on a project. I would suggest everyone leaves things overnight. And tomorrow we'll come back. Actually, Betty, we'll come back tomorrow because I think some of these need a little bit more time. I don't want to check this one. I'm going to leave it till tomorrow. And it's already got a little bit of a leaf on it. So oops. Let me put this away. And let it, so this was a fail. Let's do this one. Part of it we did this morning when I was showing you how to prepare it. And the other part I did last night. So this one is called Dante. Yes, it is. Absolutely it is. This one is called Dante. And another non-textile product. Foil. And let's just do this. Just make sure, see, every time it touches, this part touches here, you're going to get some sort of release that you don't want. The humidity definitely is. Now if you order Dante, see the silver line here, the silver border? You don't want to use that. It's just from the manufacturer. You can cut it off if it makes it easier for you. And let's see how ready this is. Look at this. Let's do some more. And this is the foam one. But look at the difference between this foam one that we did this morning and this one that was done overnight. By accident, I did add some of the silver that I told you not to use. And my advice to you is please, please cut it off before you use it. I'm just gently going to turn this around just so that we can get this done. They are beautiful, Betty. I picked out what I thought would be nice colors for pumpkins. Unlike the other one that we were using, the weathered copper, you don't see the release as well as the copper one. Now with the foam one, you have this line here from Dollar Tree. You can sand it down so that you don't come out with an obvious line. Or I'm going to leave it. You could put a ribbon around it to camouflage it. You could do a lot of things with it. So we've done one plastic and this is one foam. And one failed foam because we didn't give it enough time. I did not do the base, so this is what it looks like. Let's try some more. And you can see from this, let me just move this aside, how much of the paper has released. So we can use some more. And this is actually the silver that's in the paper somewhere. On which one? On the white one? I don't know. Maybe. You know what? No, I want that to be a demo one. I don't want it to be a real one because it's my fault. I applied it thick. I didn't give it enough time. And I just want to show the look with the bumps. So no, I'm not going to apply back any adhesive. This is back to the foam itself. It ripped off the primer, the spray primer, and the adhesive. So this one is not, I don't think I want to do that one. We're doing a foam one here. I'm just glad it happened so that you can see what happens when you don't apply. I have done it by accident, Betty, on Christmas things, on Christmas balls, which is another thing we're going to be doing. My foil is touching everything. It's just ripped off a little bit of the glue here because it touched it. I want to do this bit from here. I don't know, some of this is peeling off because it's touching the area incorrectly. So make sure you only have one project at a time that you're working on. Yes, it would. See where it's touched it the wrong way here? And it's peeled the bottom layer off. Let's do some more. Now we can also add the same color. I apologize for that. My husband knows I'm on a live. Why he called me, I don't know. Well, I do know. I'm also going to remove the center, and we're going to do something else. Yes, this is a particularly nice color. I've done this on the table and it was amazing. Especially with the resin. So I'm just going over. And all those areas that pulled off, I'm going to disguise with some glitter. And I'm applying a little bit of the glitter. Sorry, the varnish. Okay, let's do this. So this would help camouflage instead of having to repaint. This one is Dante. G-A-N-T-I. And after this dries, from the parts that I'm doing, I will apply another coat of sealer to make sure. Oops. That should not have happened. I'm just going over and applying. This is another option. Now you can, if you don't like what you've done, seal it and let it dry, repaint, and start the process all over again. I'm just doing it in the areas it would not look weird, but what you would get is another level of surface. In other words, it won't look as smooth as if you apply another texture. So it'll be raised. Like if I applied, look at this one. If I applied adhesive on here, there is no way, it's like applying another layer of paint. If I was to apply adhesive on here, and I don't want to touch this, you're going to go over some of those areas, so it'll look like another surface that's superimposed on top of the basic surface. So what I typically do is I apply sealer and I start the process all over again. Now, if it's small areas like this one, yes, absolutely, you could do that. If it's small, tiny areas and you didn't want to incorporate another product, absolutely. So let's just put I would not seal it at this point. It won't look smooth is what I'm trying to say. Now tomorrow we'll do the ceramic one. I'm just trying to see if there's any more areas that I could cover. And after a while, you become blind. You don't see things that you should be seeing. Yeah, we're going to be doing Christmas ornaments. In the next couple of weeks. I'm just checking it. So I'm going to leave this one at that. Tomorrow we'll decorate it. And I just used a little bit of sealer. Once the sealer is dry, I will apply more sealer to finish it off. Make sure that it does not attract dust. Now, when you're doing this overnight, because this attracts dust, please make sure you cover it just as if you were covering your resin. So that's going to be it for today. I will see you all tomorrow at 11:30. This one is still not dry. This is the plastic one. And I have to do the bottom as well. Don't try and dry these with your dryer. Thank you. Thank you, Betty. Because they will melt. So don't do that. And by the way, Elizabeth, you said you liked the bumpiness. Another way I've achieved the bumpiness is using a hairdryer or a heat gun. So thanks very much for joining me. I really appreciate you all being here. Thank you for your support. Please like, comment, share, thumbs up. I'm just trying to grow my channel and it would help me out great. If you have any questions, please leave them. I'm here to answer your questions, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everyone.